Hello guys, in this video I am going to explain about kernel. So what is kernel? A kernel is a bridge between software application and hardware. If you see, this is the kernel and application, kernel and the various hardware components. Kernel facilitates communication between hardware and software. It efficiently secures multitasking and manages stability and prevents unauthorized resource access. There are actually five types of kernels. Monolith kernel. Let me explain you in a super fast manner that you can get it in very efficient way. So in a monolith kernel, the OS and the kernel and user space are binded into that means combined into a single thing where it is fast, but it is less isolate less fault isolated. We use it in Unix, Linux, and OpenVMS. Coming to microkernel, here the OS and user space are not combined into one, so it has some system calls are needed and it is better reliability. So as it is not combined, there is more overhead here. Examples include Minix 3 and Mac. Hybrid kernel is the combination of monolith and microkernel, and it is super speed and isolated, safety and also efficient. It examples are Windows, XP, Vista, macOS, reactOS, and haiku OS. Coming to nanokernel means the size of the OS, which is very small, extremely minimal kernel, uh, and provides some basic hardware abstraction. Examples are Aegis XOK. Actually, it is published and provided by MIT. Exokernel is a separate protection versus management where it gives apps direct control over hardware and users, that means developers actually can use any abstraction that they decide. Exokernel provides access to our developers, but but there is some complexity due to the um, direct access to developers. Coming to the next thing, the functions of kernel, it performs memory management, resource management, device management, error handling, process management, load balancing, and task scheduling. Let me explain you in a clear way. That means memory management. Here it is, like memory management manages the memory like allocation and deallocation of memory spaces. It handles virtual memory and it also protects the memory. Next, process management, it schedules and processes the execution. Device manager, it manages the devices, what devices, input and output devices, that's it. And file system management manages the file operations like reading, writing operations, who can access this file, all these operations. It all includes all those operations. Resource management, managing system resources. What are system resources? Like CPU, time, disk space, and network. Mainly allocating and relocating resources as needed. Security and access control. Here, kernel provides an authorization and authentication or here. So authorized users can use this by securing that means kernel secures all the data and memory, data, files, everything. And a process communication, facilitating communication between processes. That's it. Working of kernel is very important. First, the bootloader loads the kernel. The kernel runs from the starting as the bootloader is loaded till the end of shutdown. The kernel will be working with the help of memory. The kernel is the first part of OS loaded into memory during boot. It operates in a privileged mode, that is kernel mode, separates from user mode. So let me specify the things for you, that there are two modes. One is kernel mode and other one is user mode. User apps can't directly access hardware or critical resources. Applications makes requests to the kernel via system calls. So uh, the user hardwares cannot, as they cannot directly access, they will undergoes into system calls to interact with kernel. So kernel kernel handles these by switching to user mode to kernel mode. So it will switches to kernel mode. After the switching, it will execute the requests from the hardware components like IOs and everything. On completion, kernel returns the result, what result it had done, and then to user space. Kernel does context switching as needed. If the process is completed, it will switch to next process. It allows multitasking. So that's the beauty of kernel. It is very important as well. Thank you for watching my video, and please like, share and subscribe to my channel. That's it for today, guys. Bye bye.